I'm back from class. I'm here to talk about stupid landed right in my seat. I don't want to be sitting on my keys. Hi, I'm angry about a thing, but for me to actually explain what I'm angry about, I first need to explain what it is. Now, I don't know if I've made it very aware to you guys, but I'm a big fan of the fuzzy felines, the silly guys, the goofy goobers, the cats. I'm a big fan of cats. I have two cats myself, Storm and Jedi. They are absolutely adorable. I hope when I said their names, I edited an image of both of them on the screen because you deserve to see them. But I'm a big fan of those guys. And so when I heard that there was a live stream site that just live streamed cats eating food all the time, I had to look deeper into it because there is actually a surprising amount of lore that goes behind this entire situation. And it all starts with the website Hello Street Cat. But before I get deeper into that, I must give credit where credit is due. Mallow is what his name is on Discord, is the one who initially gave me this idea. Here, in fact, here's a screenshot of him literally telling me to tell you guys how cool he is for having given me this idea. So please give some love to Mallow in the comments below. Thank you so much for having me dig into Mr. Fresh and all of his adjacent lore because it is interesting. It is. It's kind of goofy. And it all starts, of course, on this website, which I had to translate from Chinese to English because I don't know if you're aware of this, but I can't read Chinese. And so, ignore the fact that some of these translations might not be perfect, but Hello Street Cat is committed to improving harmonious coexistence between humans and stray cats with the power of technology. Wow, that was actually, like, perfectly translated. Love to see that. So, it's a self-created brand of Hello. It's committed to using the power of internet and technology to help everyone scientifically care for stray cats and protect the earth together. Because on the live stream, you can donate food, and the food falls down, and the cats eat it, and they're doing good, dandy things. And the money also goes towards the TNR system, which stands for Trap, Neuter, and Release. I learned that from Allison. Thank you so much for that information. Essentially what Trap, Neuter, Release does is, as the words literally mean, they take the cats, they neuter them, and they release them back into the world, back into the wilds. Because, I don't know if you're aware about this, cats are an invasive species. They're insane. If you let just a cat exist in a neighborhood, I guess like 2 to 4 of them, because they need to be able to reproduce, them bitches would take that shit over. They're like modern day conquerors because like they repopulate fast as hell. They're also apex predators, and adding on to that, they're like bulletproof essentially. Not, I mean, a gun would still like puncture a cat, but like have you ever tried to give a cat a shot? You can't. They're literally shot proof. Their skin takes effort to get into with a needle. They are some abrasive MFs. And so, of course, they need to neuter the cats because if the cats just continue to overpopulate, they're going to have to start, like, murdering the cats. And no one wants to do that because they're cute. They're fuzzy. They're felines. And, of course, it also helps that the way they garner money for this program is via a stream of the cats eating food because it digs into our deep Egyptian human traits of being addicted to them motherfuckers. Being absolutely stuck on these essentially little fuzzy gods that walk upon our earth. I mean, some people think that way. It's just essentially the toxoplasma gondii in all of our brains just kind of tickling the inside of our dopamine receptors. Do you know what that is, by the way? Do you want to learn some lore really quick? Toxoplasma gondii. I did a project on this back in high school. Actually, you know what? Let me show you that. Oh, God. This is awful. This is just absolutely awful. I made a project on Toxoplasma gondii back in high school, and
no way.
Of course, we have Nathan, who you might have heard of because we make movies sometimes together, but... I played Chip Chipson in that. That's an adventure. Love seeing that on my screen. Anyway, get it off. My mic just squeaked at me. Toxoplasma gondii is essentially like a parasitic protozoan. Say that 5 times fast. That if you have it, you can gain it by breathing in, like, any of the molecules from cat feces. You start to essentially worship the cat as a deity, is a good layman's terms way of explaining it. There's definitely different ways of explaining it, but it's usually used on their prey, so the prey is less scared of them, and so the cats can murder them. But it ended up working just fine on humans because we're addicted to them, and we can't stop letting them in our homes and eating all our food and peeing on all our rugs. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. Mr. Fresh, Senior Fresh, or as the Wikipedia told me, his name is Brother Fresh. Apparently, Mr. Fresh was a translation from the fans in English because it was initially in Chinese known as Brother Fresh. I learned this from the, now that I know exists, Silly Cat Wiki. There's a Wikipedia that tells you about silly cats, and that's goddamn amazing. But essentially, it told you all the lore about Mr. Fresh. He is a silly cat from the Silly Cat Wiki who would only eat food in the streaming thing if the food is freshly dropped. So he doesn't eat the food that's been sitting there the entire time. Which, I mean, sure, that's a good way to garner that kind of name. There's another cat that's also pretty famous, but not as famous as Mr. Fresh, who looks like this. And you might know him as Mr. Judge. You wouldn't know him as that. I know him as that. Now you know him as that. Welcome. You have new information. And he is also another character in the Hello Street Cat saga. Oh my god, there's more, like, gallery images here of this. What? What do you mean, no image? There's an image right there. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, look at him. I want to grab him and squeeze him. Oh, he would be such a good squeeze. But yeah, they're adorable. The cats are cute. I have to control myself, I'm sorry. And this is when we get into the part of this video that made my gears absolutely grind, because you heard in the beginning of the video, I'm mad about something. What could I possibly be a little, my little panties in a twist about, right? Well, while I was talking about this guy, this silly little cat in my Discord server, I got a message from one of my viewers, JJ5, who's one of our resident detectives. If you've been with this channel for a while, you've heard his name mentioned a few times, who posted this. War? Mr. Fresh, they put a bounty on Mr. Fresh? They put a bounty on my little man! They're trying to hurt him. They're trying to hurt the damn cat. And I wanted to learn more about this, so I found a Instagram account called Feline Guardians. And it's a Feline Guardians Without Borders, essentially a group that just tries to protect kitty cats, silly guys, fluffy felines. And I found this post. That Street Cat Mr. Fresh, he's safe and still at the vet, but there is a bounty. They're talked about there's a bounty that's been put on him from a cat abuse organization in Shenzhen that's been discovered, targeting 100 cats. And I'm not going to show the footage here, but I've seen footage of, on the stream, occasionally cats being grabbed and dragged away from the food, and you don't see where they go, because this group is coming and abusing cats, which makes me want to hurt people badly. And of course, they've done other goofy, shitty things. Like, they were spraying water in the food so the cats won't eat it, because they're not going to eat, like, a water bowl with an occasional droplet of food in it, because it's just inedible at that point. And other things to just make the experience terrible for the cats. And I feel like something like this was bound to happen eventually. It sucks to hear, and it makes me want to end lives, but at the same time, there is always going to be people who want to be devious little fuckers, you know? It's something that will always happen, because while there are bad people out there, and I want this to be a message that everyone keeps in mind, while there are bad people out there who do things like this, for one bad person, there is 100 other people, 1,000 other people who are watching this live stream, donating money to organizations like this, and just loving their pet that they own at home. So I don't want people to see this and be like, oh, this is another reason to hate humanity, the world is over. No, just hate those humans. Because those humans, the people who hurt these cats, I am very much someone who is for reformation and people growing and changing from their mistakes in the past. But people like that, specifically, I want to keep my channel, and so I'm not going to say anything too bad. But I think people like that should be taken out of the generational bloodline. Personally, just my thought, because what are they going to pass down of value? I mean, like what? Like faulty genetics, inbred? Like, whatever. But you might be wondering now, oh shit, is Mr. Fresh going to get murked? What's going to happen to the poor fella? Because essentially the bounty said that they want video evidence or photo evidence of the cat's body, as well as at least 3 cat influencers posting about Mr. Fresh's passing. So they're doing this for attention. They're doing this to garner attention online. But those little fuckers have been nipped by the bud, baby. Because I saw a message from Mallow as well during this discussion in my Discord server that said, hey, so Mr. Fresh is actually in a foster home right now and is about to be adopted. Yippee! He's gonna be fine. We're gonna keep this baby safe. I would honestly die. I'd die if I heard that Mr. Fresh had gotten murderized by a bunch of goofballs who want to just do stupid shit like this. So I'm happy to hear that Mr. Fresh got adopted. Actually, literally, I should have noticed this. I didn't even have to look at the Discord conversation to learn this. If you look at the post that I was just looking at, this person gives you all of the updates. Essentially, Brother Fresh, I love that so much. Brother Fresh was taken into the vet due to an eye inflammation issue. And so then they took him to the vet right around the time that a bounty was put out on his head, which I think is perfect. Those stupid assholes were like, we're gonna murder the cat, and like then the cat got taken to the doctor and is now gonna be adopted and safe, hopefully. If they go as far as to break into someone's house to hurt a cat, I hope the wrath of God, Thor, please help me. Strike this guy with lightning. Google, give me this guy's balls. Don't even show me them, give me them. I want them in a letter, an envelope. The idea that people want to do this kind of thing makes me mad, but at the end of the day, there are always going to be bad people like that, and so all we can do is hope they don't succeed and be a good person in their place, you know? The best thing to do when you run into bad people like this is just to be better. Like, offset the terrible shit they put out into the world by being a good person. So, that's so much head to you guys. I'm putting that message into your hands. I hope you enjoyed this goofy little video, and I am enjoying the fact that my little man, Brother Fresh, is going to be safe, hopefully, for the rest of his life. And, also, I hope that no other cats get harmed from this stupid thing. I honestly feel like it's probably not going to get worse, but there's always a chance it will. But we'll see where it goes from here. I appreciate you guys being here. Subscribe if you were new, and I'll catch you soon. Also, one more note. I want to put a thank you out there. I was shown this recently by one of my favorite YouTubers and friends from high school, Teddy Slump, who sent me a screen recording from a video by this guy, Jermelli, who was talking about authentic content traps and how there are good versions of authentic content. And in it, this little snippet happens. I don't want to steal too much of the video, but
take into account the type of content that those people...
Ah! Who was that? Go back! Up! Enhance! Enhance!
Is that they want to follow as visual proof. I'll take into account the type of content...
Ah! That's me from my Coca-Cola video! Yeah, I was used as an example for, I think, good authentic content, which I think is so cool, putting me next to Charlie, of all people. There was like 5 examples there, and I was one of them. I think that's so goddamn cool. So, Jermelli, I appreciate that so much. If anyone wants to go watch this video, I highly recommend it, and I'll put it in the description down below. But for now, I'm going to hit the road. So, thank you guys for being absolutely amazing. As I said, subscribe, like the video to catch me on your homepage more often, and I'll see you in whatever I make next. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you, Mallow, for the video idea, and as always... Adios! Arrivederci. Goodbye. Good night. And I'll, yeah, see you when I see you. Bye-bye! That chair just destroyed everything on that shelf. Oh, god damn it!